Over the course of his career on General Hospital, Jason Morgan has garnered a reputation for his unwavering commitment to the people he cares about, his dogged determination, and his unwavering loyalty. In contrast, there are situations in which Jason's dedication causes him to emotionally withdraw, a behavior that his followers have come to refer to as stonewalling. Stonewalling is a term that has been used to describe this kind of behavior. As Jason is confronted with fresh challenges in Port Charles, the viewers have suddenly been more aware than they ever have been previously of his practice of stonewalling. Previously, they were not aware of this behavior at all. A number of hurdles are presented to him, including dangers to his family and loved ones, as well as challenging choices to make in his complicated relationship with Sam McCall. Throughout his life, Jason has been confronted with a number of difficult choices. During his stay on General Hospital, Jason has, unfortunately, been confronted with a number of challenging decisions and tragic events. Jason went from being a well-behaved medical student to becoming a trusted enforcer for Sonny Corinthos, the ruler of the criminal underworld in Port Charles, after he suffered a major brain injury in a vehicle accident many years ago. This incident occurred after Jason had been involved in a car accident. As Stone Cold Jason Morgan, he has taken on a new identity that is marked by unwavering commitment and a steely determination. He has accepted this identity. As a consequence of this change, he has evolved into the person that fans perceive him to be today. A guardian who, at times, can be cold and unapproachable, but who, in his own special way, is also extremely caring. Because of his position within the Corinthos criminal family, Jason is regularly put in dangerous situations, and he is obliged to make decisions that are both swift and cruel. This is because of the fact that, in order for him to survive, he has discovered that putting his emotions to the side and focusing his attention on the task at hand has proven to be an effective strategy. This style of doing things has sheltered him from a myriad of risks and made it simpler for him to carry out his tasks. But it has also resulted in the creation of walls around his heart that even his closest loved ones have a difficult time demolishing. A great deal of pressure is being placed on Jason to maintain the integrity of everything. The affection that Jason has for Sonny and Carly Corinthos is the impetus behind all that he does in his life, including everything he does. The level of loyalty that he has demonstrated toward them is so strong that he has frequently put their needs ahead of his own, even if it meant sacrificing his own happiness in order to fulfill their needs. Jason has begun to experience the weight of responsibility that has been placed on his shoulders as a consequence of Sonny's departure and Carly's increased involvement in the company. Everyone has the expectation that he will retain his cool, keep his emotions in check, and defend the people he cares about, regardless of the consequences that may arise. In the most recent episodes, Jason has shown a tendency to stonewall, and this tendency has only become more evident. As the threats posed by both old adversaries and new allies continue to get closer to Port Charles, Jason is finding that he is retreating increasingly further into his protective shell. His demeanor has become progressively frigid, and he seems to be emotionally distant than he ever has been before. This is a change from his previous behavior. He is distancing himself from the people who care about him, particularly Sam, the person he has loved for a very long time, despite the fact that this detachment is his means of coping with the significant amount of pressure that he is under. A relationship between Sam and Jason that is filled with passion. Sam McCall has been one of the few people who has been able to see through Jason's frosty facade throughout his entire life. He has been able to do this for the entirety of his existence. Nevertheless, in spite of the fact that their love story is well known among fans of General Hospital. It has not been devoid of difficulties. Although Sam is aware of Jason's wish to protect himself, she has regularly suffered feelings of isolation as a result of his inability to speak, particularly during times of hardship in their relationship. This is especially true when the relationship is going through a tough period. Over the past few months, Sam has been feeling an increasing sense of irritation as a result of Jason's unwillingness to communicate his actual feelings. Jason's inability to speak is more than just an emotional barrier. It is a reminder of the life that they used to have together, a life that she feels a strong desire to return to. When she thinks back on the times when Jason did not shy away from expressing his vulnerabilities and shared his aims, anxieties, and dreams with someone, she remembers those instances. On the other side, he has become more aloof and distant, and Sam has the sensation that she is having a conversation with a person she does not know. She has made numerous attempts to get in touch with him and to offer him a safe set of circumstances in which he could feel comfortable opening up. But Jason has not been forthcoming with his responses. At this very moment, their relationship is located at a critical juncture. Sam's patience is running out, and she is beginning to wonder if Jason's failure to cooperate will ever be resolved. She cannot believe that Jason is still not cooperating. Even though she is aware of his feelings for her, she is beginning to get the notion that love might not be enough if Jason is unable to find a means to let her in. This is despite the fact that she is aware of his attraction to her. Carly's importance in Jason's life is emphasized here. Carly has always been an important part of Jason's life. But now that Sunny is no longer a part of his life, the value of their relationship has grown even more because of the absence of Sunny. Because Carly is dependent on Jason to aid her in managing the Corinthos organization, the bond between the two of them is deeply rooted in trust and loyalty. This is because Carly relies on Jason to help her manage the organization. A confidant, her defender, and sometimes the only anchor she has in a world that is entirely unpredictable is Jason. He is someone she can always count on. On the other hand, the increasing dependence that Carly has on Jason has led to an increase in the amount of strain that is placed on his relationships with other individuals. On the other hand, despite the fact that he has never failed to be there for Carly, this loyalty has produced conflict between him and Sam. Sam is of the opinion that Carly's needs are frequently prioritized over her own, and he feels that this is the case. Despite the fact that Carly is the recipient of Jason's unwavering loyalty, this loyalty does not come without a compromise. As a result of his inability to satisfy the requirements of both of the key women in his life, he finds himself stuck in the middle of their respective situations. On the other hand, Carly is in complete agreement that Jason is the only one on whom she can rely 100%. Carly does not fully realize the impact that her expectations have on him, despite the fact that he continues to bear the responsibility of Sunny's legacy and watch out for Carly's best interests. One of the few people who have the capacity to influence Jason is Carly, and the fact that she places a high value on his strength only serves to further cement his predisposition to remain stubborn. Carly is one of the few people who have this ability. Despite the fact that it compels him to suppress his own feelings, Jason is under the belief that he is obligated to be stone cold for her and for everyone else who depends on him. This applies to both her and everyone else. One method of coping with stress is to engage in stonewalling. This is not an evidence that Jason does not care. Rather, it is his way of protecting himself and the people he cares about. The fact that he is doing this is not a sign that he does not care. Given the vast number of opponents who are always on the lookout for any evidence of weakness, he cannot afford to indulge in the luxury of displaying fragility. This is especially true when taking into consideration the fact that he is vulnerable. He is of the view that if he were to start revealing his genuine sentiments, it would cause him to disintegrate, which would render him unable of carrying out his responsibilities and would put the lives of those he cares to keep order in his otherwise chaotic existence by regulating his moods and emotions. This is the strategy that he uses to fulfill his goal of maintaining order. Due to the fact that he has seen what occurs when individuals allow their emotions to cloud their judgment, he is resolute in his efforts to avoid making the same error that he did in the past. Although this strategy of survival has been of tremendous benefit to him in navigating the dangerous world in which he lives, it has also resulted in him becoming isolated and unable to build meaningful connections with those who wish to be there for him. Despite this, he has been able to survive. When you stonewall someone, you pay a high price. There is a possibility that Jason is not even completely aware of the emotional costs that are associated with his stonewalling because of the situation. His reluctance to speak up not only puts a strain on his relationship with Sam, but it also makes him feel more as though he is on his own. People are pushed away by him, and as a result, he creates a barrier that even his closest friends have a hard time breaking through. The consequence of this is that he is unable to break free from the vicious cycle of isolation and self-sacrifice that he has established for himself. While Jason is making an effort to ensure the health and safety of others who are in close proximity to him, he is also denying himself the chance to experience genuine connection and to provide support. His walls shield him from damage. Nevertheless, they also prevent him from receiving the love and consolation that he would have received if he had let himself to be vulnerable. He is shielded from harm because of his walls. The decision that Jason has made to stonewall may offer him with some level of security in the short term, but it is a lonely path that may lead to greater suffering if he is unable to find a way to break free from the situation. Is it possible that Jason will ever end his habit of behavior? Jason's journey on General Hospital is a hard one, and viewers are eager to find out whether or not he will ever find a way to let others in and open up to them. The path that Jason travels on General Hospital is a complicated adventure. There is a possibility that he could be able to break away from this habit if he is given the right support and encouragement. This is despite the fact that it is obvious that his stonewalling is a deeply ingrained strategy of coping. For the time being, Jason continues to remain a mystery because it appears that he is having a hard time letting down his guard while still keeping his fierce commitment. There is still a question that needs to be answered, and that is whether Jason will continue to stonewall or whether he will find the strength to let people see the real him. Admirers are holding out hope that one day he will be able to take down the walls he has created and open himself up to the love and connection that is waiting for him on the other side of the wall. However, only time will tell whether or not this will be possible. Trina Robinson and T.J. Ashford, two characters on General Hospital who have undeniable chemistry with one another, have recently shared additional scenes together, which has sparked a new wave of enthusiasm among fans. Over the past few years, Trina and TJ have both been through a lot, including personal tragedies and challenges within their families. Because Trina's world has been turned upside down by revelations about her family, and because TJ is dealing with his own difficulties, the two of them find themselves leaning on each other in ways that they did not anticipate. This reconnection represents the beginning of what has the potential to be a profound and long-lasting link between them, one that has the potential to change their lives in unexpected ways. The quest of Trina, discovering who she is amid the upheaval of her family. Over the course of the previous few years, Trina Robinson has lived through her fair share of drama. She had to contend with feelings and events that would put even the most resilient among us to the test, beginning with the belief that her father had passed away and ending with the discovery of her true paternity. Trina has been coping with concerns of the heart, particularly as she navigates her feelings for Spencer Cassadine, in addition to the upheavals that have occurred within her family. Despite the fact that her relationship with Spencer has been fraught with difficulties, Trina is coming to the realization that she requires some time to herself in order to reflect and concentrate on herself. Having just discovered that Curtis, a guy whom she had previously regarded as a guide, is in fact her biological father, Trina has found herself struggling with doubts regarding her sexual orientation. Who exactly is she now that the dynamic inside her family has undergone such a significant shift? The question is, how does she handle her connection with Curtis and her mother, Portia, who has kept this secret from her for such a much longer period of time? The process of discovering who she is has turned into a journey for Trina. Although she is surrounded by people who love her, she is also looking for someone who can get what it is like to live with a great deal of unresolved sorrow. TJ is the one who gets involved here. When TJ watches Trina going through a difficult time, he feels a connection with her because he has been through his own challenges with aspects of his life, such as family, love, and responsibility. There is something about Trina's circumstance that brings to mind his own path, and he reaches out to her in the hope of assisting her in experiencing a diminishing sense of isolation. From TJ's point of view, struggling to deal with his own obligations, TJ Ashford has always been the type of person who is unwavering and dependable. In addition to his genuine concern for the people in his immediate environment, he is committed to his work as a physician. Being the one who can be relied upon, however, comes with certain cons. TJ is frequently expected to carry the burdens of others without making any complaints, and although he has learned to do so, there are times when he feels the weight of everything that he is responsible for. TJ's relationship with Molly, the woman he has loved for a very long time, has recently been fraught with difficulties. Their divergent viewpoints on marriage and commitment, in addition to Molly's aspirations for her job, have contributed to the tension that exists between them. The gap that is building between them is something that TJ is unable to ignore, despite the fact that they continue to love each other sincerely. In the midst of his love for Molly and his own need to connect with others and get an understanding of them, he is conflicted. When he sees Trina struggling, he recognizes a familiar agony in her, and he feels forced to reach out to her in order to help her. Trina appears to have the understanding that TJ is not only a supportive friend or a healer, but that he is also a person who has his own worries and insecurities. This seems to be in contrast to the most of his other pals. He discovers in Trina someone who sees beyond his calm appearance, someone who sees the true him. Trina is the person he finds. TJ is experiencing something novel and invigorating in this interaction, and he is discovering that he is pulled to Trina in a manner that he previously did not foresee. At General Hospital, there was a chance encounter that led to the first encounter. It is a seemingly innocuous beginning to their reconciliation. As a result of a recent health crisis, Trina goes to General Hospital to check on Curtis, and it just so happens that TJ is working there at the time. When he notices that Trina appears to be deep in thought, he walks up to her and assures her that he is there to provide her with comfort. Trina, who was taken aback by his generosity, expresses herself to him in a manner that she had not anticipated. They discuss the challenges of coping with loved ones who don't always appear to understand them, as well as the importance of family and trust relationship. As they continue to converse, TJ comes to the realization that Trina is dealing with many of the same concerns that he has been battling with. These issues include a sense of feeling unanchored, the weight of familial expectations, and the need to create one's own identity amidst the whole chaos. They are able to have a conversation that is simple, and for the first time in a very long time, they both feel that they are being understood. The moment Trina starts to unwind, TJ finds himself pulled to her willingness to be vulnerable and her tenacity. walks in the late hours of the night, and in-depth conversations. Trina and TJ start spending more time together after they have their first encounter with one another. They choose to go for late-night strolls in Port Charles, taking pleasure in the peace and quiet, as well as the opportunity to chat freely without being interrupted. It is during these walks that they find a refuge, a place where they can talk about their worries, their hopes, and their frustrations. While Trina discusses her challenges with Curtis and the complexities of her feelings towards Spencer, TJ opens up about the difficulties he is experiencing in his personal relationships, as well as the stress he is feeling in his professional life. The two of them find themselves at the pier one evening, when they each talk about their childhoods and exchange experiences with one another. TJ reflects about his mother, Jordan, and how her position as a police commissioner influenced his early life. Meanwhile, Trina discusses her experiences with Taggart and how the revelation that Curtis was her biological father turned her world upside down during that time. Both of them laugh and cry, and it is during these times of silence that they come to the realization that they share a great deal in common. Trina finds that TJ functions as a source of support for her, someone on whom she can rely without worrying about being judged. When it comes to TJ, Trina provides a sense of humor that he was unaware he was lacking. Because of her, he is reminded of what it is like to be recognized and valued for who he is, rather than merely for the things that he does for other people. Finding a balance between new feelings and current commitments. As Trina and TJ become more intimate with one another, they start to have doubts about the nature of their connection. Both of them are unclear of what to make of these new sentiments. After all, TJ is still devoted to Molly, while Trina has feelings to Spencer that have not been resolved. However, the love that they have for one another cannot be denied, and they are unable to deny the connection that has developed between them. TJ finds himself struggling with his allegiance to Molly, feeling conflicted between his dedication to her and his growing affections for Trina. He is torn between the two and his feelings for Trina. Despite the fact that he has a profound affection for Molly and does not wish to cause her any harm, he is also aware that he is entitled to happiness. As a result of the fact that Trina is aware that TJ is in a committed relationship, she experiences feelings of guilt regarding her experiences. In spite of the fact that she does not wish to interfere with his relationship with Molly, she is unable to deny the fact that TJ has emerged as one of the most significant individuals in her presence. One evening, after a lengthy talk, they are saying their goodbyes, and this is the moment when their bond reaches its breaking point. When their eyes meet, the atmosphere between them becomes charged with energy. The tension in the air is evident, despite the fact that neither of them is making any public statements. They are both aware that they are at a fork in the road, and that whatever occurs next will alter the course of their life in an irreversible manner. On the horizon, a new chapter. Within the next few weeks, Trina and TJ will be faced with the challenge of making difficult choices regarding their future. Will they take action based on their emotions, or will they make an effort to keep their relationship as a friendship? Their connection has already had a significant influence on both of them, regardless of the course that they decide to choose. As a result of her relationship with TJ, Trina has discovered the strength and courage she had been searching for, and TJ has recovered a feeling of purpose and joy that he had not had in a very long time. The trip that Trina and TJ are about to embark on is just getting started, and fans of General Hospital are ready to find out what the future holds for them. Their friendship has already proven to be a tremendous force, providing healing, understanding, and hope to two people who needed it the most. Whether they continue to be close friends or develop into something more, their relationship has already proven to be a powerful force. Also, while they continue to navigate life in Port Charles, there is one thing that is certain. The narrative of Trina and TJ is not even close to being over. For those who are committed to General Hospital, the show's closing credits hold a unique and significant place in their hearts. Over the course of several years, these credits have included the illustrious cast members and cherished characters that are responsible for bringing Port Charles to life. On the other hand, viewers who have recently watched the film have observed a significant change in the credits. The name of Kelly Monaco has been omitted from the list. As a consequence of this unanticipated turn of events, viewers have been left wondering and musing about the long-term impact that Monaco has had on General Hospital and her role as Sam McCall. Experiences that Kelly Monaco has had while playing the role of Sam McCall. Kelly Monaco was given the part of Samantha Sam McCall when she first started working at General Hospital in the year 2003. This character would go on to become the focal point of some of the most intriguing storylines that were featured on the show. Through the course of her life, Sam has developed into a woman who is strong, compassionate, and able to bounce back from adversity. In the beginning, she was portrayed as a person who was defiant and tough, and she had a complicated past. Her followers fell in love with her not just because of her profound romance with Jason Morgan, but also because of her strength, vulnerability, and dedication to her family and friends over the course of her life. General Hospital viewers fell in love with Monaco as a result of the extraordinary intensity and unique manner in which she brought Sam to life within the show. Her ability to convey Sam's anguish, passion, and endurance through a range of challenges led to the creation of a devoted fan following that appreciated her capacity to do so. This resulted in the formation of a fan base that valued her ability to do so. Beginning with her role in the Casadine tragedies and advancing to become an integral member of the Corinthos family, Sam has constantly been one of the most diverse and compelling characters on General Hospital. Her story unfolds from the beginning of the show to the present day. Disbelief at the sight of her name being deleted from the dictionary. During the most recent episode of General Hospital, the credits rolled without Monaco's name, which was a moment that viewers felt to be unsettling. Not only because Sam is a well-liked character, but also because Kelly Monaco has become an integral component of the General Hospital family. A large number of followers of the show took to social media to express their astonishment and dismay at the news. Not only has her portrayal of Sam been a crucial component of the show's captivating plot, but it has also been a significant factor in the viewers' dedication to the show for almost 20 years. It is general knowledge that the credits for soap operas are carefully chosen, and any change in the cast is likely to be noticed by the viewers. This is because the credits are so carefully chosen. Even if the change is only going to be made for a short period of time, the fact that a character as well liked as Sam is being removed from the credits sends a strong message to the audience. It is likely that the removal of Monaco's name from the credits could be an indication of a variety of various things. These things could range from disagreements over contracts to changes in the artistic direction of the show. On the other hand, there has been no official statement made detailing the reasoning that underpins this desire. An example of a potential consequence that could arise from this change for General Hospital. When it comes to many individuals who have been watching soap operas for a considerable amount of time, the closing credits are more than just a list of names. They are a representation of the show's history and continuity. In the event that a well-known name, such as Kelly Monaco's, is removed from the cast of General Hospital, there is a possibility that questions will be raised about the future of the show. Over the course of the years, fans have built a deep attachment to seeing the names of their favorite performers, particularly those actors who have been with the program for as long as Monaco has. This is especially true for those actors who have been with the program consistently. It is possible that General Hospital may go through a transition, which may involve big cast changes or the introduction of new story arcs that do not revolve upon Sam. This changeover could take place in the near future. Her removal from the credits opens the door to the possibility of this happening. Additionally, there is the likelihood that the removal will just be a temporary measure made. Supporters are holding out hope that Monaco's absence is only the result of changes made behind the scenes, which could be related to contract negotiations or timetable concerns. These supporters are holding out hope that Monaco's absence is simply the exception. Throughout the course of their careers, actors and actresses have occasionally taken a little break from their roles in soap operas, only to return to the industry more powerful than they were before. Fans are left with more questions than answers, due to the fact that there has been no official word addressing the topic, despite the fact that this may be the case for Monaco. An investigation into the legacy that Sam McCall has left behind. Sam McCall has played a role that is unique to General Hospital and cannot be found anywhere else in the narratives that have come to characterize the show. Her storylines have featured her engagement in a romantic connection with Jason Morgan, her experiences as a mother, and her struggles with love, pain, and opportunities for forgiveness. Her storylines have also included her experiences as a mother. Because she has been involved in almost every major narrative, Sam is one of the most complicated and well-developed characters on the program. She has been involved in almost every major plot. She has been a part of practically every major narrative, due to the fact that she has worked as a private investigator and has struggled with keeping family secrets. There are several aspects of Sam's character that have left the most indelible imprints, and one of those aspects is the relationship that she has had with Jason Morgan, who is represented by Steve Burton. Because of the incredible events that were accomplished via the romantic relationship between Jason and Sam, which became a cornerstone of General Hospital, Jason became one of the most unforgettable couples in the history of soap operas. This was due to the fact that the relationship became a cornerstone of the show. Fans rooted for them through a multitude of trials and problems, ranging from crises that threatened their lives to tearful reunions when they were reunited. Their chemistry was combustible, and fan support was unwavering throughout the entire process. Her ability to persist in the face of adversity is demonstrated by the fact that during the course of the story, Sam went from being a free spirit and a con artist to becoming a caring mother and a fiercely loyal partner. Not only has Sam built a relationship with Jason, but she has also become a cherished mother figure, providing support to her children as they negotiate the problems that they confront in their own lives. Her journey from being a lady who was single and independent to becoming a mother who is devoted to her child has been one that fans have been able to relate to and admire. Her character has been given more depth as a result of her voyage, and the interactions she goes through on the program have been given a new complexity. Effects that could result from Monaco's possible departure from the European Union. If Kelly Monaco were to be permanently taken from the credits of General Hospital, it would be a significant loss for the show. In the event that she were to be absent, a void would be created that would be difficult to totally fill. Fans have become accustomed to Sam's presence in Port Charles, where she has been a significant contributing factor in a number of recent investigations and storylines. All of their anticipations have been satisfied. It would be a big change for the show if they were to lose a character who has such a rich history and a great deal of depth, and it would most likely have an effect on the narratives that are now being delivered. Soap operas have struggled to sustain their popularity over the past few years, due to the fact that people's interests in television and entertainment have shifted over the course of these years. Because of the committed audience that tunes in on a regular basis to see their favorite characters, General Hospital has been able to withstand the test of time, which has been a big factor to the show's ongoing success. Because many viewers feel a connection to the program through characters like Sam, Monaco's departure may potentially have an influence not only on the narrative route of the show, but also on its fans. This is because of the fact that many viewers feel a connection to the show through characters like Sam. What the fans have been hoping for. In light of the fact that it is now unknown what will happen to Monaco on General Hospital, many people have voiced the hope that this change in the credits would just be a temporary issue. There are a great number of people who are keeping their fingers crossed that Monaco's absence is simply a temporary halt, and that she will return to her role as Sam in the not-too-distant future. The people who follow her have resorted to a variety of social media platforms in order to show their support for Monaco and to express their hope that she would make a comeback to the screen in the not-too-distant future. There are even some fans who have begun online petitions and campaigns, expressing their emotional attachment to her character and begging that the show's producers bring her back. It is a reflection of the emotional commitment that soap operas inspire in their viewers, as well as the connection that viewers have with characters who are featured in the show for an extended period of time, with an eye towards the future. Regardless of whether this change is permanent or temporary, there is no doubting the impact that Kelly Monaco has had on General Hospital and the people who follow it. This effect cannot be denied. Over the course of more than 20 years, her portrayal of Sam McCall has left an indelible mark on the history of the program. She has brought a sense of heart, depth, and emotion to the series through her performance. Fans will continue to hold out hope that Monaco will once again be mentioned in the credits, and that Sam McCall will continue her journey into Port Charles while they wait for new details. This will remain the case even though they are waiting for additional information. At the same least, viewers are able to rejoice in Monaco's great legacy that she has established through her portrayal of Sam until that time arrives. Because of the love, sorrow, excitement, and adventure that she experienced during her time on General Hospital, the legacy that she has left behind is one that will not be forgotten. This is because her time there featured all of these things.